take a moment to talk to you. I thank you for coming and allowing us to provide showers for you today and a change of clothes and for us to pour into you because it's something that God gave us to do. And I know you shared with me when we were in the van and, you know, what homelessness looks like to a lot of people and what people believe homelessness is. And that it's not as easy or as a an escape or just someone begging for money or somebody that's just addicted. And I wanted you to be able to say that or to share it, whereas I can share with other people because I think other people need to understand what it really, really is. And if you don't mind just us talking about that and you giving me just a little bit of that story again, I want to do it on your behalf. And I want it to come from you and it's told the way you would want it to be told.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think people realize what a job it is being homeless. Like, everybody thinks, oh, you just lay around, you ain't got no job, you're lazy. But it's anything but lazy. It's a constant battle. And yes, most of us are addicts. You know, we are. We have disease of addiction. I ain't trying to make no excuses for it. If anything, we fault ourselves and hate ourselves more than you ever could. You know, and every one of us has had a moment of clarity or love somebody, whether it be our children, our loved ones, more than we loved ourselves. That was enough for us to try and change, and maybe got some time it changed and not could hold it and ended up back in addiction and where we are now, and just started feeling like maybe our families, we were doing more harm to being around our families than being around them. And you have to love yourself enough to know that you're doing damage and you'd be better away from them. And it ain't like we don't care. We care enough to separate ourselves. But as far as like panhandling goes, I really don't like to panhandle much. I don't make much money like that. I'm too ashamed to do it. Really, most people, you have to get past the shame to be able to panhandle. I mean, it's hard for me to look at them and ask them because, you know, it is shameful. It is shameful. And, you know, you don't make good if you're not like a personable person laughing and joking.
And you were saying that, you know, people don't realize how hard when they tell you get a job.
Yeah, a lot of times, and that's another thing. I don't like doing it because, you know, the rejection of it and the comments. You know, I've flown signs to say, you know, because they'll scream out, get a job, lazy, you know, and they don't realize, like, you don't think we want a job? You know, I put on my sign before, would you hire me if you knew I was homeless? Because if they know we're homeless, they won't even let us use a restroom, less get a job, you know? You're too dirty to go in the store, but you're taking too long getting cleaned up. I mean, are they gonna hire me if I don't have an ID, a social security card, if I'm gonna have to sleep on the porch to make sure I'm on time for work? I don't have a clock or a phone or anything to know what time it is, so I need to park. I will park it on your doorstep so you can wake me up to make sure I'm there. And if I might not have shoes tomorrow, I've had my shoes stolen from me in my sleep. You know, if I'm stinking and need a shower, are you gonna let me take a shower before I come into work? Because we're willing to work. You know, we just don't have the means and everything that you think that we should to even consider us. They're not going to give us a second take at that. Like I said, we can't even use the restroom 90% of the time. I have to pee like a dog because they see me coming, whether I got one back on, or whether I think I'm looking clean that day and I got a shower and I'm feeling good. They still going to know I'm homeless. It's like it's a beacon on you, and nobody wants a homeless person around. Well, you ain't asked for nothing or not.
Let me tell you this. I see you. I know that Heather is important. I know that God created Heather just like he did all of the rest of us. And I understand and know that it's nothing on this earth that God would not do for you. And I know you've hit hard times. I know times are rough for you. But I want you to continue to know that there is a way out. Where it is and how it is through God. Just continue to pray. Never lose sight that God can make a change. There can be a change at any moment that can change your life with God on your side. And I'm going to continue to pray for you. I'm going to continue to pray that the addiction that you have shall be cast into the sea of hell, that it will not continue to hold you captive, that you'll be able to one day when you do get clean, you'll be able to stay that way. There'll be someone to support you, and you'll be able to pray that God will do that for you, because I know that the God I serve will do that just for you. And anytime you see that Hearts of Rescue van come by, you know that you can get in it, that it's safe, that we're going to bring you, we're going to get you showered up, cleaned up, prayed for, and taken care of.
Thank you.
Because I see Heather for Heather. I know who you are. I don't look at you as a homeless, thrown away person, because that is not what God made you to be. And I want you to be able to hold your head up and know that you are worthy. You're worthy of people not looking and frowning upon you, because you are human just like they are. And know that I'm going to continue to pray for you. I'm going to continue to keep you in my heart. Okay?
And it's so awesome y'all gave me that little Bible, because I was praying to God. I left my bag out there, but I was praying to God to give me a Bible, because I don't have one that I can read. Like, and they're so big and bulky, you know, it's hard to carry heavy
I want
stuff.
you to hold on
Some
to
people want to give you a whole case of water, and it's like, I really appreciate you giving me all the Bible, but I don't know
where you're going to keep it. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
We
it
try to
weighs
do it
down.
efficient. We try to give you things that we know you're homeless, you don't have a place, that you can carry it, you can keep it. And when you have light, I want you to read that Bible. I want you to, whatever it is that you have on your heart, you open it and you say, God, I ask you to open my heart. Feed me what I need on today to get me through this day. And trust me, you are going to see a better day, because God has a plan for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
God
I'm
has a plan for you.
I'm going to say that people need to start being careful, because Revelation's just coming.
It is.
It is coming. I see it all the time. You know, being on the street all the time and never having a home to go to be secure. You see what's really out there.
What's really happening.
And it's really happening. There is some really weird, evil things out there that we need to be prayed and prepared for a war. Because it's going to come like God said. And some of the warriors are going to be us, the homeless people, because we haven't been living in it. We know what it is, and we know how to survive it. Because otherwise, the enemy had already taken us.
Yeah.
You know, so be careful.
Well, thank
Pray
you,
up
Heather.
and live in God.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you
teach
so
your
much.
children to stay in God.
Thank you.
It might be in their generation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I love you. God loves you. And know that Miss D will always be able, when I see you on the streets, that I'm going to see you and I'm going to do what I can for you. Yes? Can I get a hug? God bless you.